you said we got somebody coming in at 7?
Yeah.
What
was,
of?
yeah, what was his?
Tom Clements.
Tom Clements, yeah.
Tom Collins?
Clements.
Tom Clements.
About MetroCast?
It's not on there, that's why I wanted to.
No.
Oh.
Okay, these are all the ones you just found.
There's only 2.
No.
Oh, I used the red pen.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I found 51 properties that have 2 home sites. Most of them 2 or 3, there's only a couple with 3. The majority of them are either a business and a mobile home, or 2 mobile homes. Well, I shouldn't say the majority of them because this is what they are. There's a couple that have 2 houses.
Approximately 57.
There's a couple that have 2 houses. There are some that have business.
Can you just stick it in your
Yep.
sign?
Business and a mobile home. There's a few that have 2 or 3 mobile homes. So I don't know what you want to do about this.
Okay, but what are they got the double base lot?
Yes.
Did you get a hold of anybody at the state?
No.
What have you been doing
Oh, nothing. I've been sitting there waiting
I've
for
been
you
here
to
most
come
of the day,
in.
so I can say that. I know what you've been doing.
And by the selectman's request, she even went out and helped at the counter for a while.
Oh, there you go.
When we got loaded.
So other than that,
Just a little bit here and there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Are they all with a mobile home? No, they're not, because I can think of one on Bog Road
There's a
that's
couple-
2 houses.
right, there's a couple that are 2 houses, yeah. That one on Bog Road, then there's another one that's got 2 houses.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
one.
Richardson Drive, there's 2
There's
houses.
one over there we just went and looked at. That's the corner.
There's
Yeah,
one
that's
that's
the corner.
got, there's a couple, like one has a house and a guest house on Pond View. There's one that's got a mobile home, and then there's a garage, the mobile home is big. There's a garage next to the mobile home that has the size of a, like a small ranch almost on the top.
Wow.
So, you know, we have varied things.
And can I ask,
There's
did,
several
did Mary
commercial
get in touch
buildings
with you?
with houses too. Mobile homes in a commercial building, a mobile home in a house in a commercial building.
You throw it on a list serve
Okay.
for MAAO. Might get an answer. They're pretty quick. A lot of people, the CMAs across the state.
Thank
lots
you,
of
I
bang, bang, bang.
appreciate that.
Yep.
So I guess where are we? What are we doing? You want to do this tonight, I'm gathering.
How close are we?
Well, it's up to you. I mean, it's up to you guys as far as what we're gonna do for the,
I want to make a motion on the land value,
okay,
so we can do that first.
okay.
That one's easy change over, you said, so that's not a big deal. Mobiles we're done with, except for that one that we're talking about, right? What was that one assessed at? Do we?
There was nothing.
Oh.
See, what
How come
happened
it's not in
was,
codes? That doesn't make any sense to me.
and I couldn't find it, how come what?
It's not in the codes. Code
No,
office?
no. And the thing is, there were, like, back a while, they had some, I remember way back when they first bought that property. Because I think they tore down what was there and they weren't gonna let them put 2 mobile homes and blah, blah, blah. So I would have thought there'd be a big file about it, there's nothing. And then there was nothing there for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And now this house is there. That, I don't know if you or Paul gave me the picture, but somebody took a picture in January and
Well, I
put
haven't
it.
been there.
And that's how I found it, because I was looking, you know, going down through and I saw a picture there.
Trying to remember, I'm pretty sure when I went door to door, when I ran for this position, it was there. But I suppose it's been there a couple of years. So we haven't,
I don't think that one has.
I may
don't
be wrong,
know.
I may be wrong, but yeah, I thought I had stopped there.
Because I know for a little while there was nothing on it, because they had that lot and they had actually had 2 mobile homes on it. And then they tore them both off and there wasn't anything there for a while. So,
Well, I think we got better communication going between the codes office and here, and hopefully we won't have these problems with ones that have been missed for a year or two.
right.
Unbelievable.
Well,
Alright,
What
so,
about-
when you, well,
What about the two mobile homes?
about it. What do you mean?
Well, the one on Richardson Drive, there's two mobile homes on the same lot.
Yeah.
One is being ripped out.
That's the one you and I spoke about last week.
yeah, and I don't think they're being
200 and
charged two
something,
home
yeah.
sites.
No, cause
No.
the second one is just parked there, it's been backed in since spring, they told me, I couldn't get an exact date out of them.
I never did get an answer back on
And supposedly it's
1692
it's
Calbro-
being salvaged.
Calbro Geet there. I didn't
Right.
get any other information.
You
either,
can't
so
live in it.
Just assess it the way it is. And
No,
Leave
you
it
couldn't
as
live in
it
it
is.
as it
you
is,
can
it's
come
not,
back in at
not hooked up to
request an
anything,
abatement in
it's
a few
not
months.
even leveled.
And then there's one on Richardson Drive, and the one that's on the side, we measured it.
Yep. Supposedly they're using that for storage and have been.
I can write this email. Looks like everybody's waiting for me.
Oh,
I can write it later.
I have a question about the MMA thing. Are we going or are we not
We
going?
gotta discuss it. We haven't had a chance to yet, but
So,
no, I
Can
don't
I-
have an answer for you right now. But
but
I know
why?
you wanted to discuss it. I'm for no. I'll come right out and tell you.
Well,
I'm no.
but why?
Because we've lost a town clerk and we've done an awful lot of training that still needs to be done. I'm looking at the budget, and you know it's all
in
great.
the budget.
Well, I understand that, but losing our town clerk last year and training a new one wasn't. So I'm watching that, so that's why I'm a no. But I'm all for training. I mean, I come in here trying to get more training for the selectmen and assessors, but I'm just watching the budget right now, so I'm
I'll
a
ask
no.
the hard question, is that actually training or is it just updating on new stuff that's going on?
Well, it's not training like per se, but if you go to any of the classes, you get certificates for going. And actually, that's not true. Some of the things you do get points if you're trying to get a certification. So yes, it is. And I mean, for the fact that it's not very expensive, I wouldn't think it would be, I mean, I know that it was budgeted, and I
No, we-
understand the fact that there's a lot of
That's around,
training that's not,
and that's around election time too, isn't it?
no, it's
It's
next.
around tax
it's
collection
very
time.
beginning
Tax
of
collection
October.
time. When we
All
start
right,
getting
well,
busy with all those things.
And I honestly feel as though it's not just because of that. I feel it's because of the two people asking to go. I truly
Well, it's your
do.
opinion, but that's not. I mean, like I said, you can wait for an answer because we're going to discuss it, or you can have one now. My answer is no. I don't know if you want to throw anything else on the table. You guys can. But
Well,
you know, I was
and
trying to discuss
honestly,
it.
at this point, it is what it is. I mean, by the time we get an answer, it's probably gonna be
Mhm.
late in getting a room or anything like that, which, I mean, even if we only went on one day, you know, if we went up on Wednesday and then, I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I just feel like, I honestly feel like if somebody else had asked to go, they'd be
Well, I'll put it
able to
this way
go.
then, because I don't.
And I'm not trying to argue it.
Well, I
I'm
feel
just-
like you are, and this is twice now. So I'm going to tell you this way then, because both people are union members, and you have a grievance procedure. So if that's how you feel, then follow that grievance procedure. That's what I will say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as this other stuff, what are we gonna do? I mean, I can do a batch calculation, I can do, whatever.
So we've talked about a little bit about adjusting the land value, the base lot value from 32 to 35. By doing so across the whole town, we'll pick up $8.8 million worth of assessment without really hitting any one individual or small group hard at all. You know, if we were looking at a $16 mill rate, which we're trying to knock it down from there, that'd be $48 on your overall bill for the year. You know, 3 times 16 is 48. So split into 2 payments, that's $24. So it's very minimal for every one of us that owns land and houses, but it would allow us to pick up a great deal of assessment and knock that mill rate down. Roughly, it's around 34 cents for every 10 million that we can pick up in assessments. So I'm going to make a motion that we change the base lot on land values from 32,000 to 35,000.
Yep,
Give a second. All in favor?
yep.
Aye. Okay.
Would you just repeat it, 32 to 35?
Yes. And it is also my understanding previous boards before I came in had made a deal with some of the, I guess all, I think, mobile home parks that I believe the parks,
It was half.
it was a half of that percentage. So for each mobile home lot on the different parks had been 16. So I want to make a second motion, another motion, that we also raise the mobile home park individual base lot from 16,000 to 17.5, which would be 50%, half again of that new land value.
You
Seconded.
got it.
All in favor?
Yep.
Okay. So now you got that motion that will allow you to do
What was
that.
those numbers again on the mobiles?
16 to 17.5.
From 16.
Yeah.
Just following through with the 50% that was already agreed upon, but
17.5, okay.
and then I'll hit the listserv with these. Just a question out there. I don't know if I'll get anything tonight or not, but
So if you don't do this tonight, are you gonna come back tomorrow?
I don't know that we actually need that for to be able to commit the taxes. You know, I mean that's your double houses thing. You know, the double houses on one lot.
What do you mean? We don't need it?
We don't necessarily need to adjust that. I mean, the question is whether.
Oh, I don't care if you do or not. I mean, that's up to you. If
Right.
you wanna keep it the way it is,
Right. I mean,
that's fine. I thought we were gonna adjust it just because it was so high. But if you wanna leave it, I don't care. But I have to do a batch calculation. I have to do a couple things to give you.
Yep.
So that you can do your thing.
Yep.
And so that's why I have to kinda
Yep.
wait. I mean, you've gotta do a couple of things before I can do the actual,
We're running out
Commitment.
of time, so could that go until next year?
that's what I'm
Okay,
saying. That's what I'm saying. So
fine with me. I don't care. So I'll just leave those the way they are for now.
but you were able to extract them. Sounds like
Well,
most best you
kind of.
could.
We didn't have a real easy way to do it because there's no identifying factor. The code is the same for
Yeah.
home sites, so if I've got two, I can't say, okay, I
Can you
want you to bring out two.
Now that you found them, can you go in and adjust them with a different code so you can?
Oh, I probably, but I can't
Extract
think about that right today.
No.
Sorry. My brain is not that.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
be
think
able to
I could
extract
do
them back
something,
up.
I think, so that I could, yeah.
So I think it should be looked at. I'm just curious what other towns do, what the state does. I'm gonna poke around a little bit because I think it's excessive to hit him for two base lots.
Right.
So, but that's not stopping us from the commitment.
All right, well, I can do the batch calc, which is gonna take a few minutes. And then I've got, do you have, other than what I have to give you, do you have other stuff that you need to do the commitment?
No, from what I
All those
understand,
packets that I,
Jeanette's
and she gave me stuff,
giving you some stuff. Yeah.
right, so that's all I have,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
So I'll do that other thing,
Yes.
It's an easy one.
Oh, hey Ben, I do have one question.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I need you to come here so I can show this.
Okay. You still have a quorum on the board if you want to ask a question.
Well, I can ask you. You can probably hear me in there anyway. 'Cause I got a big mouth.
Sure.
But my question is, the other night, Thursday night, when we were at the budget committee meeting, you folks had mentioned that you weren't doing Waterfront after all the work that you had done and all the meetings you had been to. You had decided not to change the Waterfront assessment this year. Is that correct? Because I had two folks that actually, I was here Friday doing something, and they asked me about it, and I wasn't sure, so I told them I would ask tonight.
We just playing right out of time for everything.
So waterfront assessment is going to be the same as every other assessment in town this year. It's not gonna be specialized as more money.
It's not gonna change from last year.
Very good, thank you. When did you make that decision? Was it because of some of the meetings that were attended, or just because you just didn't have enough time to do all that assessing?
Just that we ran out of time on everything.
Okay,
There's only 3 of us.
right,
And
no,
there's a
no.
whole lot of us,
Yeah, I'm not
say
complaining,
4,
I
'cause
just,
Sue's involved with it too, but.
I wasn't sure, I heard it, and then when they asked me
It's
about
got
it,
nothing
I
to do
wasn't
with
sure
anybody
enough to
being
speak about
picked
it.
out. It's got nothing to do with anything like that.
Okay. No, like I said, they asked me about it, and I had only heard, like I said, you guys just mentioned it very briefly, and I didn't know the answer well enough to speak on it, so I said I would ask tonight.
We'll probably, I'm gonna guess we're probably gonna go over it all next year, next spring. I don't know. We'll see what's going on in town.
There you go.
You never know.
Thank you.
And thank you.